Hello everyone and welcome back to this week's episode of Mythic Monday. So on my previous Mythic Monday video, if you haven't watched it by the way, watch it right now, it was a super fun deck. Someone told me to build a combo around Nadir Kraken and Divine Visitation. So he wanted me to build a deck around these two cards. And I have to say this turned out better than I expected and the deck is super fun to play. So if you have these two cards on the field, whenever you draw a card you can just pay one. And then instead of getting a tentacle, this causes you to create a 4/4 angel. And 1 mana for a 4/4 angel beats Entreat the Angels. The best miracle card in my opinion. So, this is the deck, this is what I came up with. Let me give you a quick rundown about my choices. So, Birth is here because it helps us ramp. And there's a cool situation where if you have this on the field and number 2 triggers, the counter number 2 is placed on this, you get a 4/4 angel, not a wall, and that's decent. Yes, just decent. So the post deploy is here because also it creates tokens and it can sometimes be used just to stall out the game, and I like this kind of flexibility in cards. Warrant Warden is here because of this amazing combo. So if you pay 5 mana and this is on the field, you get a 4/4 angel with flying and vigilance instead of a 4/4 white and blue Sphinx creature with token with flying and vigilance. And yeah, no, this is not the reason I have this in the deck. It's because it's an overall good removal spell. In Azorius it helps me stall because I already know what my opponent is gonna draw next turn and I can stall him out of a full turn. And having Warden as an instant speed spell with the fairy on the field is sometimes not expected by your opponent. They just go into combat, they're not expecting what's gonna happen, and then boom, Warden. Alright? So Leonin War Leader is here just because I want to sometimes just play something and not have to wait a whole turn for the tokens to attack. So if this attacks while Visitation is on the field, the creatures are just attacking and that's 8 damage out of nowhere. Shatter the Sky is a board wipe, so we stall, so we get into that Divine Visitation combo. Kasmina makes wizards, which will become angels. Yes, things get promoted very quickly in the set. And Sheila helps us loot into Divine Visitation. Now Hoplite is super funny because if you have Hoplite and Visitation, when you play this you're insured 3 angels, and 3 angels is enough. That's pretty much enough. Tezzeret is here because I do not want to play Teferi and because he can create Thopters. Now why do I not want to play Teferi? Because one of my friends told me, you play Teferi in every single deck you can play, and I was like, yes, of course it's Teferi, everyone plays Teferi if they can, but just to have him happy for one video, I will not play Teferi. Harmonious Archon is here just for the lols and because I also put this card in pre-release and I just wanted to play with it once, just once. Stolen by the Fae is super fun because it's a tempo swing, for me at least, and if I have Visitation, even doing it on a 2 mana creature is enough to get a lot of value. So that's gonna be pretty much it. Castle Ardenvale is also here to create tokens. Castle Vantage Crisis into our combo pieces. Fable Passage is just here to fetch islands or planes. That's gonna be pretty much it for the deck. If you enjoyed this deck, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the games. Alright, so we're getting into first game of Divine Tentacles, and I'm a bit pissed right now because I've been recording the past game for how much? I think I was recording for 28 minutes. Yes, I was playing against an opponent that was playing a very, very janky deck as well. And my screen wasn't recording, so I just wasted the last 30 minutes on just learning more combos on this deck. So that hopefully is gonna entertain you guys more. And I think Karma is on my side because I draw Divine Visitation. And now hopefully my opponent is not running some kind of weird discard mono black deck. But if he's not, I think I'm gonna get to pull off the combo pretty quickly. So that's maybe life giving me back something after what happened. And my opponent is playing Chromatic Black, so if the last opponent was playing something janky, I think my opponent is playing something way, way jankier. So I used to play this way back for fun. So what this does is that it plays a bunch of tutor effects. I did not expect Golos honestly, but what I do expect is Niv Mizzet. Niv Mizzet off the top and Chromatic Black always shocked everyone. No one ever expected this, and no one I think ever will. So we're not gonna pay 1 because I think we want to drop Kasmina quickly. We need to kind of search for a way to bounce Chromatic Lantern, maybe kind of stall him a bit because Chromatic Black goes out of hand pretty quickly. Because think about this next turn is gonna give him let's check. So if he taps this for 3, he's gonna get 4 black, so it's not gonna do anything to him right now. It's gonna do a lot pretty soon. So I think we don't need a plains, because I'd rather keep the hoplites or the Tezzeret, because all of them are gonna give us a lot of value. We're not gonna attack because obviously this outclasses our Kraken. So I think next turn is gonna be us dropping Visitation and then getting a 4/4 Angel. Does this net him mana at this point? It does. But can he drop Niv-Mizzet? Alright, so he drops Chromatic Lantern, which means no Niv-Mizzet yet. Ritual of Soot is gonna take care of our Kazmina. That's pretty sad, honestly. And our Kraken is now gone. But that does mean that Divine Visitation is gonna enter the field next turn. And last time I checked, black doesn't have a way to deal with enchantments. Now that's true, yes. But my opponent's playing Chromatic Black. That means he might have a way to search in his sideboard. There's a card in Exilon for 4 mana that lets you search, I think it's Mastermind's Acquisition. And usually decks like these have a bunch of sideboard cards, like a lot of things. And yes, I also forgot I can just do that and drop off whatever you want with Goros. So that's actually a pretty cool combo, opponent. I like your deck as well. So he draws a card. He is trying to race with us. I think what we're gonna do is just play the Hoplite, get like a bunch of pressure going. Our Devotion to White is gonna be 3 when this enters, and we should be good enough in a good enough position to start getting value and then maybe winning. And the only thing that's scary if he's gonna hit a lot of good things with Golos. I don't know what he's filling his deck with, but I have to say this deck is super cool. Alright, so he's afraid of a potential flicker effect, and I do not play that, but good play on my opponent's side. Good play. So he's gonna go for Golos again. Don't drop now and miss it. Alright, so he does not hit anything that good. He does, because this paired up with 1 swamp is just kill a 4/4 Angel, and that's super sad. That's honestly super sad. And I can't even drop Tezzeret because Tezzeret is just gonna die to any land he plays. So he can just play a land. I mean, he doesn't die directly, but he dies sometime. Alright, so opponent deals with 1 angel. If he plays a swamp, he deals with the other one. Opponent has no chill whatsoever. So Golos needs to be taken care of, and this is not a way for us to deal with Golos, but it is a way for us to get 2 angels out of nowhere, so we can maybe fool him into a bad combat step. And I think that's what we're gonna go for. So bad combat step on our opponent's side, he attacks with everything, and then boom! Did you expect the post deploy? Of course you did not. That's the perk of playing Jank. So my opponent is getting low on cards in his hand, but this is enough to get him a bunch of value. And I have to say, once again, opponent, I love your deck. Alright, so a swamp is exactly what I wanted him to hit, because right now he's just gonna kill our angel. I mean, I did not want him to hit 3 swamps. I wanted him to, but I did not wish that because I want to see more of his deck. I want to see more of this Jank. So what I was saying is that now he's gonna probably attack because no one's gonna expect the post deploy out of this deck. If he does respect to my opponent. So a 4th Chromatic Lantern. My opponent is not joking when it comes to mana fixing. Phyrexian Arena is super cool. Opponent, I love your deck. I honestly love your deck. Temple of Vox, I seriously love this deck. Alright, so we're gonna play the post deploy, and I think we're gonna take care of Golos because Golos is giving him a bunch of value, and I do not want him to get that much value, so we're just gonna double block Golos. I mean, blocking these would have been also a good decision, but I think with this out of the equation, I think we're pretty back into this game. I think we're gonna be back into this game in no time. Alright, so we're gonna attack him, obviously. And then we're probably gonna play Tezzeret or Hoplite. I'll just decide in a moment. Tezzeret is consistently 1 per turn. I think we're gonna go for Tezzeret because let's try to close this quickly. I mean, Hoplite would have been more damage right off the bat, but this is gonna make him need to deal with 2 things. So now he has to deal with our Planeswalker and with the angels at the same time. So that's gonna be pretty brutal and hard for my opponent to do. Now I'm a bit annoyed because he's getting a bunch of value with this, but I don't think he has a bunch of board wipes in this deck. So what we could be afraid of is another Ritual of Soot, but he's digging for cards, so I don't think he has it just yet. Opponent has a bunch of mana and he pays 8 mana, so another Golos I think is coming our way. Please don't be a Golos. Please don't be a Golos. And it is a goalless, yes. I love how like life gives me exactly what I call for. So what could he get? I think he's getting another Cabal Stronghold. So he's getting another Cabal Stronghold. I call everything. Did he play Land for turn? Yeah, he did, because he drew out of these, because so we can still kind of attack. Please don't hit a sweeper. He does not hit a sweeper. Yes, Lords of Jank are with us. So no sweeper means I'm gonna get to attack him for 16. And the swing back is gonna be a bit annoying, but if he does ever get the board wipe. But I mean, I think we're in a good spot, especially if we draw Shatter the Sky. Shatter the Sky is the only thing, and he deals with our Tezzeret. Opponent, why opponent? Tezzeret was such a nice person, and he deals with our Angels. Opponent, this is not nice. And he plays Karn. Opponent, what else do you want? I mean, he has a 4/4 construct, but so I think we're just gonna attack the Karn and attack him, and I think we're probably gonna drop the Archon. I mean, it does make our things a bit weaker, but it does make this weaker as well. And getting like a bunch of things, this is gonna get us 2 Angels, and 2 Angels is decent enough. And then if this isn't dealt with, we just play a Hoplite and get a bunch more Angels. So I think we're not in that bad of a position, but we're not in a good position either. So everything is gonna go down to a 3/3. Oh, this gets +1/+1. Oh, I thought it's this card's power is equal to. Alright. So that's a pretty big misplay from our part if that's the case, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. I think we're probably gonna be losing this. I mean, I'm probably gonna block this because 1 swamp means we're just dead, and I don't want us to be dead. And we're blocking with the Archon. We're blocking with the Archon indeed. So opponent, please kindly cut me some slack, opponent. Cut me some slack. Alright, so Golos, don't hit a sweeper. Don't hit a sweeper. Don't hit a sweeper. If you keep repeating this, the magic gods will not give him a sweeper. Just like observe. 18 mana. Opponent, 18 mana. Just like, and not a sweeper. But wait, he has a Karn and then he can search his deck. I mean his sideboard. This is not looking good for us, like at all. So this is gonna die, and this is only 16 damage. That's if they live, because this is also something. And we need to hit a board wipe, but even when we do hit a board wipe, our opponent is down to 20 cards in library. You just let that sink in. 20 cards only left in library. I mean, if our opponent was hitting us with the swamps and with the Dread Prison triggers, and he plays something that draws him even more cards, I don't know how crazy my opponent is. That's pretty scary, opponent. And he's gonna deal with 1 more Angel, obviously, but I think he's gonna just lose by milling out. I mean, he's down to 21 cards only in his deck. I doubt he's playing more than 3 Golos, meaning we have to deal with only 1 more Golos. Another Karn. So what could you search with this Karn? I mean, and another Murderous Rider. It's weird he did not use it to kill off one of my Angels, but sure. And he gets to spin the wheel once again. So Massacre Girl is not gonna get played, obviously, because it just kills one of his cards. And we're in a pretty serious position and a seriously low life total. I think we need to top deck. And we don't need to top deck anything. He kills off his own board, I think. He does not. Yeah, he does not. What was I thinking? Let's see. So opponent is gonna attack next turn with a bunch of things. We can do the surprise him with the post deploy once again, but I don't think it's gonna be that good of a position for us. He's gonna draw 4 cards next turn, and I don't think we can come back for this, honestly. Like, our deck has not been kind for us. What we can do is try to stall a whole turn. I mean, this is gonna become a 6/6. I just noticed. Yeah, he's gonna draw 4 cards without even his draw step. So draw 1, draw 2, draw 3, draw 4. Just what black decks are built to do. Drawing cards and playing things from the deck with Golos. Exactly what the deck was built to do. But I have to say, I'm enjoying this game quite a bit. And I don't mind showing this game on Mythic one day. It's exactly what fun Magic is. So 27 mana, beautiful. Mastermind's Acquisition, and if he drops, what could he drop? Torment is not an arena, if I'm not wrong. So is there an X? He can get Banefire. He can just get Banefire and finish this off. Is it Banefire? Good game, opponent. It's probably Banefire. Yeah, it is Banefire. And opponent has no chill. He's gonna give us all of the damage. So I think that's it. I think we're just dead. We're just gonna depose deploy before we die, but I think we're just dead. So Banefire for 33. I mean, coming from black deck, that's super fair. And Banefire for 33. So we're just gonna depose deploy for no reason, just for the lols. And yeah, we're dead. So the deck we played is super good, but our opponent had just too much of an explosive hand. So if you enjoyed this deck, if you enjoyed this game, please do consider subscribing. It helps out my channel a lot. Comment what you want me to build next week for Mythic Monday. If you want me to play more games with this deck, just tell me as well. I don't mind playing more. It's such a fun deck to play. Do ensure to like. Tell me how you started your Magic journey, because in the last video I filmed before everything went to shit, I told you how I started my Magic journey, and I'll tell you that in the next video. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.